Welcome to Ground Zero, I'm Denise.
I'm Daryl, and today we have quite a few items from citizen journalism site Stomp.
The first item we're tackling today is from an anonymous stomper who feels he has a moral responsibility to highlight an issue.
This comes after the Stomper witnessed numerous occasions of reckless driving at NTU by supposedly China national drivers.
Okay, apparently these drivers talk on the phone while driving and beat traffic lights as well. He also says he thinks many of the drivers weren't properly taught how to drive well in Singapore.
Yep, okay, the straw that broke the camel's back was an incident yesterday when the bus entered NTU from Pioneer Road and knocked down a lady who was cycling on the left side of the bus.
Ooh, okay, we find out more from the stomper himself.
I noticed the reckless driving when the Pioneer NTU shuttle was first introduced. The behaviour may have existed before. When it happened, I was sitting on the right side of the bus and many passengers were blocking my view. When turning a bend, the driver braked sharply, which caused several passengers to lung forward. I heard screams from standing passengers as well. My initial reaction when I saw the bus knocking down the old lady was shock and helplessness. The bus driver then came down from his seat and attended to the old lady. Soon after, the passengers alighted and some were helping her. I didn't complain to the bus company because I think it's quite useless to do so. So I posted up on Storm because I feel it's effective in sending my message across.
Now, since the Stomper didn't call the transport company, Razer TV decided to.
I have about 60 over drivers.
How many of them are from China then?
Maybe about 13 of them.
How are they trained?
They are all qualified drivers from China. Some of them are city bus drivers, some are coach drivers, some are probably truck drivers. And when they come to Singapore, they will have to start all over again to have a Class 4 test. And this Class 4 test will entitle them to drive the big bus in Singapore.
Okay, so when they come to Singapore, they start from scratch, let me just be clear, and they have to go for theory as well as practical lessons, is that it?
Correct. So once they are in Singapore, they are licensed, whether they are big truck drivers or bus drivers, they have become Class 3 drivers. And with a Class 3 driver's license, then they can apply for Class 4. Then they'll go through the whole process of training, take about 1.5 months to 2 months, depending on how well they are.
Do you guys familiarize them with the roads in Singapore?
Yes, they are. All the drivers, my drivers will go through orientation with the senior drivers or those that which have already done the applying the routes before. And normally before they go for their exams, for the training and so on, they will go through the next 2 months with us, just basically following all the buses and learning the routes of Singapore.
I see. Okay, so have you ever received any complaints about them?
China drivers only once a while. There's on probably sometimes it's communication issues, and not so much on their drivings of whether they are able to drive or not.
Philip also says that Tongta investigates customers' complaints thoroughly and will liaise with them to address the issues. Meanwhile, NTU has also replied to say that Tongta has suspended the bus driver concerned from duty, pending police investigations. The university also takes a very serious view of drivers who violate traffic rules and jeopardize safety. They have insisted to the bus company to reinforce its existing orientation program on road safety.
There were some comments which stood out. One from Bugis888 said, "The most outstanding of government policy when the foreigners can convert their licenses just from attending courses only. Something must be done to stop this policy."
Another stomper, Sharkfin, said that he could be a Malaysian Chinese driver for all you know. They are just as aggressive and reckless. Anyway, drive slow kena complain, drive fast also kena complain. So what you want? Which is true.
Yeah, and your stomper, your Akong, came out and said it was the driver's fault, knowing that he is driving a long bus. He should have slowed down to allow the cyclist to complete her turn before he makes the turn.
Okay, whatever the problem is, you should never endanger somebody's life through reckless driving. Stay tuned for more citizen journalism.